Jesus touched base with his Father to re-establish himself, to strengthen the knowledge of who he was. Every day, Jesus needed to listen to God, hear those divine words spoken at his baptism. You are my Son, the beloved, with whom I am well pleased. If it was good for Jesus then, it is even more true and good for us now. Amen.
Amen.
My parents had 4 children, so they managed their money very carefully and often killed 2 birds with 1 stone, saving money while simultaneously entertaining their children by taking us out to what became for me a sanctuary, the Wantagh Public Library. When we close our eyes, remember a sacred place of our childhood, often it's easy to recall the small details. So it is for me with that library. It had a distinct smell, old books, a distinct sound, shushing librarians, a distinct design, mid-century modern, and in the summer, the power of 3 reality. Our home did not possess free air conditioning. One day, there in a chair at the library in my father's lap, I whispered into his ear that question every child asks at one point: do you love me more than anyone else? Am I your favorite? My father did not skip a beat. His words stung, but at least he was honest. Missy, I love you very much, more than words can say, but I love your mother first and best. Loving her gives me the strength I need to love you in the ways that I do. What sacred stories do we love above all others? Which Bible stories rank first and best? Type in top 10 favorite and familiar Bible stories to your internet search and see how today's gospel did not make the cut. Type in top 50 familiar and favorite Bible stories and see again the baptism of Jesus does not even make that cut, which is pretty strange, as Jesus' baptism is mentioned in one way or another across the 4 Gospels. Matthew, Mark, and Luke all tell us the power of 3 occurred. The heavens opened, the Spirit descended as a dove, and out loud and proud, God claimed and named Jesus as his Son. Matthew is the only one among the Gospels that tells us about this pre-baptismal chat between John and Jesus, where John tries, depending on the translation you read, to deter, talk him out of, prevent, block Jesus from having John baptize him. I imagine John red-faced, mortified by Jesus getting online with the rest of humanity to be baptized. John even says, Jesus, it should be the other way around. You should be baptizing me. Jesus responds saying, let it be so. It should be done. Permit it to be, or my favorite translation, the Message, which has Jesus tell John to baptize him using the Nike mantra, just do it. The Synoptic Gospels share news of Jesus' baptism in a third-party looking-on kind of way, but John's Gospel has John reminisce, look back, saying, I was there. I saw the Spirit descend, and it's then I knew who Jesus was. God's chosen one. Hear the words of theologian Henry Nouwen. The world tells you many lies about who you are. And you simply have to be realistic enough to remind yourself of this. Every time you feel hurt, offended, or rejected, you have to dare to say to yourself, these feelings, strong as they may be, are not telling me the truth about myself. The truth, even if I cannot feel it right now, is that I am a chosen child of God, precious in God's eyes, called the beloved for all eternity, and held safe in an everlasting embrace. There are only a few biblical stories, the Last Supper, anointings, when people pray, that we, as Jesus followers, reenact today and every day, again and again. Today's story is one of them. Today we celebrate. Jesus was baptized then. Gabriel will be baptized now. This experience of baptism is important not because it increases our church membership scorecard, not because it gives us a reason to stare at an adorable kid, nor does baptism mean pouring water over someone gifts that individual a golden ticket into heaven. Baptism at its essence is there to make us aware of who at essence we really are. We are chosen children of God. We are beloved. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, no matter how we screw up, God whispers, believe you are beloved. Our world and others shout out other commands. Do more. Try harder. Make more money. Strive to impress. Be successful. But every day, we need to lower our ears, prick our souls, to rehear God's voice saying, you are my beloved. With you, I am well pleased. The great theologian Yoko Ono once observed, the regret of my life is that I have not said, I love you enough. Lord, help us and Gabriel find the time and courage every day to sit with you, to rehear your voice, whispering in joyful times and in hard times, you are beloved. If we listen hard enough, we too can become vehicles of validation, voices that speak up and say to ourselves and others, we are beloved. Friends, there's only two things to do with this gospel. Believe it and behave it. And all God's people said, amen.